Hey there, you look really good today.
What do you mean today?
I just meant that you look really good.
Yeah, but you said today, as in, like, today.
I was just trying to pay you a compliment. I didn't mean anything by the word today.
So what, you're saying that I don't look good other days?
Look, forget it. You look good. That's it. Hey there everyone, and today I want to talk to you about something I call hearing between the lines. My name's Dave, aka Mindset by Dave, and I've been a mindset and mental health coach for the past 4.5 years, helping people get unstuck with whatever it is that holds them back up here. As well as here on YouTube, I also stream live on twitch.tv/mindset by Dave every Saturday from 7 PM till 10 PM, which will be my birthday this week, and every Tuesday from 10 AM till 4 PM. And then we're doing a mental health drop-in chat there every Tuesday. On top of that, there's a Discord, which links are to there below. And with all that said, let's get on with the content. So we're all familiar with the phrase reading between the lines, and what that means is we read something, we see what is implied, and we infer something else. Now, very quick definition: implication. Something that is implied means something that was meant by the person who sent the message. Inferred is something that was heard or received by the person who read or received the message. And these two things can often be a very, very different thing. Take that little argument that I had with myself back in the intro. If I'd have been having a good day and someone had come along to me and said, "You look really good today," I'd have probably just taken it on face value, said thank you, moved on, everything would be great. But if I was feeling kind of down on myself on that particular day, I might really struggle and I might pick into that specific word today. What do they mean by today? They've now said something. I'm saying that they've implied something. I've inferred something. And what I've inferred, what they just meant was today is the day I'm talking to the person, therefore I'm going to say you look really good today. What the person's inferred from the other side of it is I don't look good on other days. Is today a bit of an exception? I used to get this one all the time when I used to be doing martial arts. I've got this thing where I like to jumble words together in my head, and I used to basically make jokes and plays on words and combinations of people's names and all that stuff. And one person would turn around to me every now and then and say, "Oh, that was really quick for you." And I would literally be like, being quite quick, something I kind of value myself on. So what do you mean by that? Are you kind of saying that I'm slow the rest of the time, that like I don't think of these things, that you expect me not to come out with these type of things? Because they were the type of things that I'd come out with to almost eye-rolling, groany, dad-jokey level. And it's something we can all be guilty of doing. And hearing between the lines, obviously we talk about this in terms of a conversation that you're having, a physical conversation, when there is a lot of extra information there, like the person's tone of voice. If you're actually face-to-face or over Zoom with that person, you can see their physical expressions as well, which gives us more information about the communication that we're getting. But what about when things are just in writing? Here's a cool little experiment for you. Say the phrase, "I saw you out on Saturday night and you were looking really good," twice in your head. The first time round, I want you to say it in the voice of your best friend. And the second time round, I want you to say it in the voice of your arch nemesis, or like someone you don't like if you're not as dramatic as me. Now, did you notice any difference between the two of them? Even changing the voice of the person that actually says it inside of our own head changes the tone and the implication of that entire sentence completely. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the best friend sounded something like, "Oh, I saw you out on Saturday night. You were looking really good." And then the arch nemesis said something along the lines of, "Saw you out Saturday night. You were looking really good." And they have completely different tones, which in turn gives us a completely different reaction and a completely different feeling. So if you're having a conversation with somebody out there on Twitter and you read that person's tone in a way that you don't know them, let's face it, we interact with people that we've never ever met. We sometimes interact with people we've never heard speak, and often we interact with people that we've never even seen post before in the comments section. In Twitter, we will do that. We will interact with someone that we've never had any form of relationship with. So we have to then read between the lines on what that person means. And they might be implying a completely different thing than what we're inferring. Now, one trick that I like to use with this that actually makes it better is to actually always assume the best. So we may actually think if we're always assuming the best of people, then we're going to have the wool pulled over our eyes by these people. But to be fair, The actual percentage of people out there trying to trick and deceive you is actually significantly smaller than the amount of people that are out there actually trying to connect and communicate better. So if we go in with a default of treating with suspicion, then basically it ends up with in a few different situations. One, if we go in with the default of suspecting someone, we then read between the lines or hear between the lines on what they've said with a tone of suspicion about it. Our response then gets tailored towards that. And instead of being careful, we might actually end up being condescending. And if we're condescending, well, we might end up actually pushing aside someone that could have actually been a real connection at some point. And this is something that gets ingrained to us over time, because we only need to have one bad experience with people to feel like actually all experiences with people are bad. And then that actually brings up that suit of armor, makes us defensive. You may have heard me say this before, that if we protect ourselves from criticism, we also protect ourselves from impact. Well, actually in relationships, connections and friendships, if we protect ourselves from being hurt, we actually also protect ourselves from being helped and being connected. And that level of cynicism can lead to us all actually sniping at each other across the internet and actually create the entire problem that we're so freaked out that is actually already there. So essentially, I like to go in with a almost justice system style approach, which is innocent until proven guilty. Actually, I'm going to give this person the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give this person the trust, and if they do something to lose my trust, then that's one thing. But a person doesn't have to spend ages trying to earn my trust, because quite frankly, with the number of interactions we have on a day-to-day basis, it's just impossible. Now, taking this offline for a little bit and actually knowing that that thing is there, that when we read something in a different voice, it has a different impact. How about the voice inside your own head? So I've talked many times on this channel about speaking to ourselves nicely, being nice to ourselves. However, if you can't quite master being nice to yourself yet, how about you change the voice in your head that's being mean to you? Chances are the voice in your head that's being mean to you is either your own voice, or it's the voice of someone that you really looked up to but was very condescending to you. Maybe a parent, maybe a grandparent, maybe a teacher. And that voice has an impact on you because it is the voice of someone that you listen to. It's someone that you see as a point of authority. But what if we change that? So let's say, for example, right now in my head, the negative version of me turns around and is all like, Dave, this is a terrible video. You should probably stop making it. In fact, you know what? Your entire channel is dreadful. Stop making videos. Just stop. Just no. Now, if I say that inside my own head, in my own voice, it's quite impactful. And actually even saying it for a demonstration there right now was not the most pleasant experience of my life. But what if I change that to, like, I don't know, Kermit the Frog? Hey Dave, this video is pretty terrible, and you're doing like a really bad job with your YouTube channel. And maybe you should just pull the whole thing down, you know? It's not the Muppet Show in here. You're doing terribly. Take it away. Now, as you see from that, it's just absolutely ludicrous. And if we change the voice inside of our own head to be a little bit like that, then we don't take it so seriously, because we hear it in a different tone, it has a completely different impact. If you can't do a Kermit the Frog voice, which you probably can inside your own head, even if you can't vocalize it, just try actually saying it out loud, but shove both your fingers up your nose at the same time. I'm such a loser. I'm never going to amount to anything. Like, now that could be something that I'd say in my normal voice, which would have a negative impact on me, but saying it in that voice, it's silly. It seems pitiful. That voice, I'm not going to take that voice seriously. So give it a little whirl. First of all, when you're online, read them in the voice of someone you like. Try it that way. But when you're going to criticize yourself, read it in a voice that's ridiculous. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please hit that subscribe button. Remember that it is priceless to you, but it is priceless to me. And again, you can join us over at twitch.tv/mindsetbydave every Tuesday from 10 AM till 4 PM, and every Saturday from 7 PM till 10 PM. And there's the Discord. Come on, I want to go deeper with you on all this stuff, so please come and join me on one of those things, and let's build the best mental health community on the face of the planet. See you soon.